Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another first impressions video, continuing with our exploration of the house of the January scent project. Tremendous. So, a couple of days ago, I covered the first 5 fragrances that I picked out, which were, one moment please, Serin, Adirantler, Denudasit, Bavuvu, and Smolder Rose. I kept those sample sticks with me all day. Well, not on me person, but they stayed out on the table here, and I kept coming back to them and smelling them. And to be honest, none of them spoke to me so much that I thought I wanted to buy them, certainly, but none of them sort of even grabbed us enough to say that I'm going to try this on skin. I may try Bavuvu on skin, but I'm not sure. We'll see how these ones go though. Today we have Selperniku, we have Vaporocindro, Gong, and Horla. These look promising. I must also divulge to you the fact that I have tried Selperniku already on skin. We will come to Selperniku last. So, let us start. The first one we shall try today is Gong. So, Gong, what you like? Gong is classed as a fruit and green musk perfume, according to the little artwork. Here's the artwork for Gong. It looks like a gong. The notes are lime, good start, bergamot, blueberry, great start, Galanga, I've heard of it, but I can't remember what it is, ginger, violet, daikon radish, not sure about radish, mind, green pepper, I like a green pepper, musk, amber, sandalwood, and leather. How interesting. Excuse me. So, pardon me. This is Gong. Let's have a smell. It certainly is green. Very green. I get the pepper. I get the blueberry. A bit of violet. This is quite nice. It's pleasant. I don't know why it's called Gong. This was released in 2021. The fragrance is also accompanied by a music project, a group of 8 songs which are released concurrent with the perfume and available on most streaming platforms. The album consists an 8-minute track of drums and Chinese gongs composed and played by the perfumer. Meant to be a companion to the fragrance. Maybe I should listen to it. I do have a streaming service. Maybe that's an idea for a video, just play the thing in the background and then review the fragrance. This is nice, I like this. It is fruity, it is green. I'm not getting a lot of musk. Daikon radish. What is daikon radish? Obviously it's a radish in it, but you know what I mean. I'm getting some of the ginger too. Lime, some blueberry, green pepper. Definitely get the pepper. It's like distinctive You know, green pepper's got that greenness to it. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Excuse me. This is really nice. Very pleasant. I get the lime too. I'm a sucker for lime, I must admit, which is strange because I hate lemon, you know. This is nice. I get the purpleness from the blueberry and the violet. That's very pleasant. I like that. I might try that on skin. It's a little sweet though, but in like a fruity kind of way, you know. And I'm a fan of blueberry. Next, we have the Horla. Now, Horla is described as milk, almond, and bay leaf perfume. Horla. I don't know if I fucking pronounced that right or if that's even anything remotely to do with the perfume. I do apologise. It was released in 2020, and I will read you the notes. The notes are aldehydes, bergamot, almond, milk, not almond milk, but almond and milk, viburnum, West Indies bay leaf, Indonesian nutmeg, ylang ylang. Sorry, just making sure I spray the card and not just out into the ether. Hoe wood, use a hoe wood. Vetiver, coffee, civet, styrax, vanilla, coumarin, sandalwood, and patch. Uli. Ooh. Ooh, what is that? I'm getting some kind of nutmeggy kind of thing going on, but I'm also getting this. I'm getting civet. I'm getting that like slightly plasticky kind of vibe from styrax. I'm not a big fan of styrax. I'm definitely getting the civet. The civet, to me, the civet is the strongest note so far. I'm also getting the aldehydes. I'm getting that kind of like, it's a dollop of aldehydes as well. It's I mean, aldehydes and civet is like as old as the hills. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially with like it's got the ylang ylang as well. You know, that kind of like yellow floral, pissy with aldehyde thing. It's Guerlain. I'm getting Guerlain Samsara EDT a bit from it. It's got sandalwood too, vanilla, milk, almond. All these things kind of sit in the same sort of space, you know. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I smell this and I think to myself, I wouldn't wear this. This is like something away from what I would be into, you know. The civet aldehyde yellow floral sort of thing isn't for me. It's got a Chanel Guerlain kind of overtone. If you're into classic stuff with it and you want an indie twist on it, I would imagine you would be intrigued to try this. Again, I would encourage people to get the sample set. It's not very expensive, like, you know what I mean? Like, there are some sample sets out there which are like hideously priced. This is very reasonably priced, I thought, and the samples are really good. The sprayers are really good. The size of the samples, they look like 3 mils. I'm getting some of the bay leaf, you know, that kind of traditional aftershavey. You know, you get like bay rum and stuff like that, you know, like it's not rum, I'm not saying it's boozy or anything like that, but I'm saying it's got that like kind of, it evokes that kind of thing. It's nicer now, I must admit, than when it first comes out the gate, it does what a lot of perfumes do. It shows everything all at once, and then it hides the base notes, hides the mid notes a bit, and then the top notes take over, and then it starts to evolve properly. A lot of perfumes do this, I find. When you first spray them on, you just get everything, you know? I think that's a perfume thing. I don't think that's a January scent project thing. That's just like, I get it with, I'm looking at my perfumes now and I'm thinking, you do that, you do that, you do that. You know, Fahrenheit gives you leather straight away, and then the leather hides a bit and the violet leaf comes out, you know, and then the violet leaf laughs, and then it starts to develop and stuff like that. That's what this did straight away. I was getting the civet massively at first, and now it's gone, it's blended back into the background. I'm enjoying this as a smell, but I wouldn't wear it or buy it as a perfume. I must admit, so far, the two that I've tried today so far, I have enjoyed them more than almost anything I tried the other day. Excuse me whilst I hydrate once more, I do beg your pardon. I'm suffering a severe drought here. Okay, we move. Next we have Vaporocindro. Forgive my pronunciation. Anyone. I am just a duck attempting to speak. So, this is a wood spice floral vapour. I wonder what the different like words mean at the end. We've had vapour and we've had perfume. I wonder how he distinguishes these things. These samples really are very good. Oh. Okay, so where are we? What's it called? Vaporo. Note: lilac, green leaves, apple, turmeric, black pepper, jonquil, mahogany, cedar, agar, 3 big woods there, davana, black currant, cumin, coffee, sandalwood, and ambergris. I imagine this is going to be quite green and quite woody. This was released in 2017, so I imagine it was one of the originals. Something green. Something a bit spicy as well. Like, I'm getting the peppery sort of thing, and the apple. Imagine like a peppery apple. If you can possibly imagine a peppery apple. I don't like this. I've got to be frank. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I got the paint department in a DIY store. So I get the wood, like, in the same building, but there's do you know where there's like the paint? Like, you can go and buy like paints for your walls and stuff like that. I got that from it. There's this kind of, it's not like a metallic, or it's not gross, but I definitely got that, like a paint department inside a home. I don't know if the Americans would call it Home Depot, or in the UK we've got places like B&Q and stuff like that, where it's like there are specific departments within like a bigger store, you know. I'm getting that kind of clean wood. But then, like, but treated wood. I don't know what's given that painty kind of vibe. It's not strong, don't get us wrong. It's not like sticking your head in like a can of paint and being like, and inhaling it deeply. That's not what it's like. It's just sort of in the air a little bit. Could be there's a little bit of sweetness too from the apple. Darkness, there's a little bit of darkness. I don't know if there's white florals in this. Jonquil, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what jonquil is. Or Jonquil. John Quill. Who's John Quill? Not big on this, I've got to be honest. Seed has a funny note for me, because I get paper from it. It's interesting. It's nothing like what you're going to smell in the store. So if you're looking for something different, I wonder what the nose means. I wonder what the name means. Interesting, but I wouldn't. Oops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to knock you over. I wouldn't go back to that if I'm being perfectly honest. Seed has a funny note for me. Very strange. You don't hear much about that fragrance either. Vaporocindro. Oops. So, we move on to the last one. And as you can see, I have already tried this. I have used half up. Now, this is called Selperniku. I have actually tried this on skin, so I can go into a little bit more detail about it. This is one that I heard Pep talking about, Pep from the Sentinel talk about a long while ago. And he raved about it. He thought it was great, if I remember correctly. Galen, who is a massive fan of this house, says that this is the only one he didn't like. So there is two respected noses saying opposite things, which just, says everything you need to know about this hobby, really. One spray because I want to use the rest of this on skin. I may be giving away. This is the Eau de Parfum. There is also an Extrait de Parfum, I believe. I don't know if it's still available. I don't know what the score is with it. But I can tell you a bit more about this. Like I say, I've been testing it before the first impression, so this isn't really a first impression. It's a considered impression. I don't want to get into semantics anyway. Selperniku, salt, milk, and fruit. Notes: apricot, immortelle, butter, cardamom, petitgrain, chamomile, milk, cypress, juniper, tobacco, and sandalwood. So, when you first spray this, you get the apricot, the cardamom, and this milky, buttery kind of vibe. So you get the fruitiness at the top. You get this kind of warm, which I imagine is coming from the immortelle, and maybe the sandalwood or the chamomile, because chamomile can do that. Little bit green, just a touch, right? But the overarching impression note that stands out here for me is the sandalwood. The sandalwood in this is massive. I sprayed this on my hand the other day, and the sandalwood was still going strong after like 18 hours on skin. Huge. Excuse me. There was complexity, there was change, there was transition, there was movement in the perfume. It did a lot over that time, and it does start off buttery, like an ice creamy. The apricot and the milk and the butter kind of gives it this like kind of ice cream kind of texture, you know, because like the lactonic sort of thing makes it smell cool, like cold, temperature cool. This has that kind of fresh, not citrus fresh at all. Doesn't feel like there's any citrus in here. But it's got this newness, this like, you know, when you like open a new bottle of milk, or you open like a new bottle of butter, a new tub of butter, and it releases all those kind of odours that you get with butter. The apricot gives it this kind of a little bit of, like a very tiny bit of sweetness, you know, but it's not like, synthetic at all. It doesn't smell fake. It doesn't smell like perfume, if that makes any sense. Which all the best perfumes, like, not all the best perfumes, but like this kind of perfume doesn't want to smell like, it's trying to smell like food. Gourmands shouldn't smell like perfume. They should smell like the memory of what you are interested in eating. What I can tell you is, as this develops, as time goes by, it goes through the floral parts, like the immortelle, which has got like this curry, but it's still a plant. You know, it's got a little bit of greenness to it. The petitgrain, the cypress, chamomile. It goes through this floral heart thing, but it eventually gets to the end, and where the end is straight up sandalwood. And this sandalwood goes on and on. And it is sandalwood. It's not cedarwood, it's sandalwood. Sorry, I don't know what kind of sandalwood is used, whether it's a natural or a synthetic or a mixture of both. But for me, if I had to be honest, I would say this was more a sandalwood perfume than I would say it was a gourmand. Even after the apricot and the butter and the milk and the cardamom and the salt. I think there is salt in it. Yeah, there is salt in this. Even after all those things that you can eat, you are left for a very long time with sandalwood. And I don't know whether that's been done on purpose or whether that's just been because of the ingredients used, but everything else falls away and you are left with one note, you know? And I don't know how much I think that's a good thing or a bad thing. Does that make sense? I like this one the most, though, out of all of them. I'm not hugely into gourmands. I do like gourmands sometimes, some. I don't feel as though, I see a lot of people who collect gourmands, and I don't think I would ever do that. I don't think I would ever collect gourmands. I've got a few, but I have a feeling this is what this tried to do. But the fact that it ends up as just a sandalwood note at the end and a long-reaching sandalwood leaves us to think that there's a big synthetic, what's it called? What is that sandalwood called? Javanol? Is it Javanol, which is the synthetic sandalwood? It feels like that's what it is. Whether it is that or not is a different matter, but that's what it feels like it is. And there's a large dose of it here. And if it is the case, then I would like to just buy some Javanol and wear that if I wanted to smell like sandalwood for 18 hours or 10 hours, because it does progress. It is complex. It does unravel over time and transition. Unravel in a good way, you know. It does transition and do different things over time. But you do end up with a flat sandalwood at the end. So, we will go back over these four. Gong. Gong's nice. It's got a very green note to it, that green pepper, radish kind of thing. I'm not sure what Galanga is, but I've heard of it before. Horla. Aldehydes, milk, almond and bay leaf perfume. Maybe in a while, but not yet. This is bright aldehydes now. Some ylang ylang, some bay leaf, and this kind of ghost of civet, which you can just tell is going to come out later on. Okay, so next is a Vaporocindro. Whoops, wrong one. Spicy now. Woody. A little bit airy. It's definitely got that wood shop kind of thing going on, you know, with the cedar and the mahogany and the agar and the sandalwood. It's a little bit spicy as well, so it's got like the treatment of the wood as well, you know. Like varnishes and polishes. There's also it's got that fresh wood. There's almost like there's a bit of a greenness in it as well. The green leaves and the apple. A little bit of the spice. The black pepper's showing up a lot as well. And lastly, but certainly not least, Selperniku. This is really nice. It's really pleasant. It's a massive dose of sandalwood. When you smell it, when it hits you, when you understand, when you think what I've thought, you just can't unsmell it. That it's a massive dose of sandalwood with some elements of other stuff like butter, cardamom, there's some chamomile, all these like milky kind of, they all emanate, appear and disappear, they fluctuate out of the sandalwood spine and base of the perfume. They rise and fall, but in the end you're always left with big mass of sandalwood. But if you like sandalwood, you will like this perfume. Is that necessarily true? I don't know that I can actually say that. If you like sandalwood, you will recognise this as sandalwood, and I would have thought you would like this. It's a little bit fresh. It's highlighting all the different facets you can get from sandalwood, or a lot of different facets you can get from sandalwood. Creamy, little bit of warm. Because I know you can. Some people can put like cardamom in drinks and stuff like that. And I imagine like a milky drink with some cardamom in it, chamomile sort of thing as well. A little bit of greenness. There's darkness. It's a good idea. Don't get us wrong, it's better than anything I'll ever make. All of these are. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be buying any of these. I'm definitely going to try, well, I have already tried Selperniku on skin. I'll be trying it again on skin, so I will do a video about that. We will see if there are any others that I decide to try on skin as well. I will keep these cards, these test strips, and I will test them throughout the rest of the day, see how they develop, and see if anything surprises me to the point where I want to try them on skin again. But until then, friends, I will bid you a good day. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again soon. Goodbye.